Hey guys, wanted to just let you know what this video is going to be about today. Clearly, it's a different day um, right now, but going to be getting into rhythm techniques, specifically palm muting. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. Shoot me an email, any of that kind of stuff. All that stuff's linked out. But yeah, hope you enjoy and stay tuned. And also, there's going to be a little surprise at the end, little impromptu jam. I highly recommend this as a way to practice. It's going to be really beneficial for your rhythm. Using click tracks is fun, but I also think that having like some pre-programmed drums for a practice session is also valuable, if not probably a little bit more valuable, because it gets you ready for improvisation and jamming with other folks too. So today, well, tonight, this evening, I'm going to be teaching you about finding your pick. And then we're going to go over some other really cool stuff like palm muting. Now, palm muting is a pretty typical technique in metal and other genres too. You can hear it just for more percussive attack on your guitar or, whatever the application. But for our purposes tonight, it's going to be for meat and hate and riffs. So, a cool little exercise, if you're familiar with slam, is keeping it below the 5th fret. And I'm dead serious. This is a great way to get really kind of used to moving your left and right hand, syncopated nice and well, all that fun stuff. So here's what it is. So again, we're going from 5 down to 1. You see how everything is staying nice and locked in? It's not, I don't even know if I can do it wrong anymore, but the point is, you want to do it nice and slow, because moving these hands together with that palm muting and all that is going to give you a nice kind of thick groove. So and another cool thing to do with those types of techniques is add in scales, So if you're not familiar with scales, I'm going to make another video on scales. Some ones that are really cool for metal, ones that you wouldn't normally hear in metal. But for our purposes today, I'm just going to use like diminished shapes because, again, pretty metal. So maybe do something like... So again, a diminished shape, if you're not familiar, if you are familiar, which by the way, this guitar is in drop G on a 7-string. Anyways, as far as that goes, with the diminished shapes, all we're doing is a half, whole, half. Okay, so this is my D string. Normally would be an E string. Starting on the 2nd fret, this would be, let's see, D sharp, C, so C diminished. So half, whole, half, half, whole, half, half, whole, half. So, and that can be used anywhere on the fretboard. Even though this isn't a drop tuning, you can still do it, that same shape. It technically wouldn't be diminished anymore, because that 7 string is actually a half step down from what it would normally be. No, a whole step down. So again, we're looking at the palm mutes and then adding different techniques now. So you can do a lot with that. And then instead of doing the regular caveman barred chords, we can even add an extra step. You can either keep a couple of those bar chords, since again these are all chromatic. There's no real scale going on right now. But you can keep a couple of those bar chords and then add maybe like a minor third shape, which would be, let's say we're starting on the 5th fret on the 7th, and then the 4th fret on the 6th. This technically isn't a minor third because again the 7th string is dropped to G, but it would be pretty brutal. So if you wanted to do something like that, kind of keep that groove that we got from those bar chords, you could get something like changes it slightly, you know, and you can do the same thing with power chords. You can do the same thing with an octave chord. You can do the same thing with a minor second, minor sixth, you know, add 9, whatever, you know, any dyad chord you can think of, which is a two-note chord, or you can do it with extended chords. You can go into your bigger barred chords and get real funky with it if you want to, because at the end of the day, there's no rules. So, yeah, barred chords are tight, and then adding different variation where you can, also a great idea. So, to leave off with it, let's pull up some drums and play along with it. And I'm going to be using some death metal backing tracks that I just found online. Dude's going to be Max backing track, death metal drum track, sing with Sukabog, style 135 BPM. And this is the first time I've listened to this. Yeah, let's check it out with these new little techniques that we picked up today and see if it sounds cool. Hey guys, so clearly it's a different time, different day. Wanted to say real quick on this video, tons of great stuff is going to be coming up. You know, I'm going to be working and showing more about scales and other techniques as well. So if you do me a favor, you know, hit that subscribe button. It felt really bad to say that out loud. But yeah, check out all the other socials, you know, do that thing, and stay tuned. Okay, so I screwed up. I recorded this drum track, so now I've technically listened to it twice. And the original drum track, since I just pulled it up, and this is literally my first video, was way too loud on the mix, so I'm re-recording it now. Technically the second time, so disregard me saying it was the first time, because it was not the first time. Anyways, without further ado, let's try those techniques out. We're only going to do about a minute of it because there's no point in doing more. And also, it feels kind of weird. So, yeah, that's how you can apply those techniques.